camera's not even on my face. Guess I better fix that. What the hell happened to that? All right, who knows? Let me let me figure out how I'm gonna fix this. Guess I was working on all sorts of programming issues this morning. Stand by. Stand by while we recalibrate. All right, there it is. Yeah, all kinds of programming issues this morning. So I'll kind of give you some updates on that. We're looking at the free signals account, and let me give you guys a bunch of updated stuff here. So first off, for all of the members here at fxwithterry.com in the free Discord group that are using all of my different systems and trades, we got free signals, premium signals, full auto trading, and high profit auto trading on gold, US 30, so on and so forth. I'm telling you right now, the market is absolutely going nowhere. I don't know if I've seen it, this absolute dead stop snail pace, I don't know, ever. It just feels weird. Something feels weird. So let's talk about this a little bit, and we're looking at this trade, and I'll give you a reference. So the first thing I want you guys to understand is, working, Terry? Is everything okay? It's always working. Okay, this is what I do. Like this is what I do. I know what's going on every second of every day. The market is just sideways, and let's take this trade for example. AUDCHF. We went into this trade on the 7th, 3/7/2024. So let's go look at the calendar real quick. The 7th was nearly a week ago. It was last Thursday, so tomorrow's Thursday. So that is an indication that we are in an absolute sideways market. Let's go look at the chart. So if I look at the chart on AUDCHF, take a look at this here. So maybe it'll work better if I go sideways here. Let me move my camera. I believe that's what I want. Okay, so it's probably a little hard to see, but I'm going to do some markup here. There we go. So we had a little, let me see where we were here. We entered a sell right here. We had a spike. We entered another sell right here. And the price is in this range. It is just going sideways. Okay, and this is an example, one currency pair, right? But it's not only happening on this currency pair, the entire market has just went, oh, let's go sideways, right? Got a little bit of movement on gold this morning, but we can even look at that, which we may. It's just going sideways. So the biggest problem that people have is, you hear me say it, like I see it at a level that you guys, like if I'm saying it a lot, I'm getting it from a different person every day. You know, is the system working? It is. I don't worry about this stuff. Like I'm like, all right, there's no trades. Like I know my system's working, right? There's just no trades. And when people kind of bring that addiction to, because we get addicted to it. Last week we had a lot of movement. Hell, we've had a lot of movement for the last, 6 weeks? At least 8 weeks. And it's felt pretty good. And then all of a sudden it's going freaking sideways, which is fine. Let the market do what it's going to do. We could say all kinds of predictions in the sense that maybe it's winding up and getting ready to explode. Who knows? Let's actually do something here. And I wasn't ready to go live quite yet, but we're doing it, right? Give me a second. I need to configure something. I'm going to pull something up on my browser and then I'll share with you. I can share it now. How about now? There's now. My camera's all jacked up this morning. It's because I was doing some recordings yesterday and moving my camera around. So looking at the Forex factory news, this is today, March 13th. It says, okay, the time is set properly. So we had British pound at midnight, and at 10 a.m., which is in an hour, we got some US dollar 30-year bond auction. I don't know how that's going to affect the market. If we're on in an hour, I'll look at it, but I don't think we're going to be because it's going to go pretty fast. Plus, I have a lot going on today. A lot going on today, meaning with the group, with some reprogramming of things. So let's just take a look at this. We're looking at, if I come back over here, we're looking at the free signals account. There we are. So we've been in this for a week. And although AUD CHF is not indicative of the entire market, I feel we're feeling it, okay? Because if I look at history, we have no closed trade. And if I go for the week's worth of closed trades, over a week, it's only $49. And now that's the free signals, right? But nonetheless, what's interesting is I told people yesterday, we're headed towards take profit. You can jump into this trade. I'm still right. You can jump into this trade. However, it has pulled back because I think we both AUD CHF, we were like 35. Both of these trades were $35 in profit. And remember, this is a signal trade. You bid whatever you want. You could have been $350 in profit. You could have bid $3.50 in profit. You know, depending on what you bid. But like right now on the daily chart, AUD CHF pushing up. Okay. It's still a good trade, still a good entry. Like AUD CHF does not move that much. And in fact, that means I want to pull something else up on my browser. And then I'll just share this with you real quick. Browser. There it is. So let's just sort this over the last 4 weeks. Just look at the volatility here. AUD CHF. I constantly do this when I'm looking at trades just to get in my head where it's at. So AUD CHF, yeah, down here, 31 pips. So it's not going to, well, I have to be careful here. I don't believe in my gambling hack brain that this is going to move enough to hurt anything. Not that it couldn't, but it's just not a big mover. So it's going to, get in the trade and hold on to it and make some profit. The only issue you're up against is if you have a smaller account and you go all in on this trade, you might have to hold it. I mean, we've been holding it for a week. How long do some of these go, these slow movers? I've seen them go 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks. It is what it is. Now, if we look at AUD CHF, Wednesday is typically the most volatile, and you can see it's pushing up. It's moved the entire 1, 2, 3, 4 day range in just not even a whole half day here. Okay. And then you can, because I'm just looking at this. I'm just looking at the volatility for the week. Highly 41 pips on Thursdays, 33 it tears down to, and then on Friday it's 26, which at the beginning of the week, that's about where it's at. So not a big deal. We're in the market. We're doing what we're doing. So that's the free signal. I will bring you back. I'm going to pause this. We'll look at premium, and I'm going to make a point here because I already know what's going on in premium. Stand by. My thumb's going all over the place here trying to find the account. Right here it is. And check this out. I'm going to share with you the premium signals account. Now, it's so funny that last week we had 2 or 3 pairs that pushed really hard against us. So I said, you know what? We're in so many trades and I was sending out so many premium signals. It was overwhelming. So what I did to the system at the beginning of the week, I said, don't take the first trade that the AI system sends. Send the second trade. There have been no second trades on any pair. Now, I'm going to go show you right now as a reference. I'm going to show you the auto feed system, the main system I have, and I'll show you the trades. It's literally taking a trade, going into profit. But don't think that you're missing out because it's not taking a trade and going into profit. It's taking a trade, pretty much going nowhere, hitting the profit, right? There's not a lot of volume. So In terms of history, there's no closed trades. If we go to the week here, you're going to see there's a lot. Okay, do you see this? $2,690 worth of closed premium signals in a week. But today, nothing. Right? So that just goes to show you there was I got to say this, there was an ass load of volume to close that much in a week of signal trades. $2,690? That's phenomenal. Write that word, phenomenal. Right? That's incredible. We're just in this market. You got to understand, I believe they spent their load last week. I believe they spent all their money moving the market. USD, JPY, for example. I want to go look at that. In fact, while I'm sitting here, I'm going to pull that up because there's something very interesting about the movement on USD, JPY. I'm going to show you something here. So give me a second. In the background, I'm logging into a chart, trading view here, and I'm going to show you. So it's what I'm about to show you is very indicative of, like, pay attention to what my AI is sending. Let's see if I can zoom out here. Yes, I can. Beautiful. Okay. So I'll share this with you. Let me get it set up properly. One sec. So what we're going to do is let's go look at USD JPY. And back in the beginning, here's where we were. And I said the price is going to move to here, right? Took it a while. And look what it did. Okay? I have not looked at this moving forward. Look what it did. It touched, when I say the price goes typically to the middle of this imbalance. So I drew this box. No, the price had only touched this box. I should say this. It touched the top of the box. It moved through the box, and it touched the bottom of the box. It never came back to the middle of the box. So look what it did down here. It finally came back to literally exactly to the middle of the box, wicked, pulled away, went sideways, and then this must have been some sort of news announcement. Was it yesterday, maybe? I mean, look at that. Boom, it blew up there. I mean, that's an incredible wick. And then look what it's done. It's pretty much gone sideways from there. And what that allowed them to do, if you look back to the left, that big wick, it allowed them, I'm going to draw a line on that wick. So give me a second here. It is this one, horizontal line. Let's draw a line at the top of this wick. Okay. If you look back in time, they were reaching back, like right here's the top of that wick that just happened. If you look back, they're reaching up into this area where they moved away from pretty hard. It takes money to move away from this area. And it moved away, moved away, moved away. And then they're in drawdown, right? And then they did this big move to have this imbalance. The only reason I'm looking at this is because we were in this trade. And the point I want to make is we had our take profit somewhere close to this imbalance area. So people said, well, I'm going to hold the trade. You did good in this situation. But typically, see how it moved up to it and then moved away from that box? Because this line is the middle of the box. If you hold it for too long, like you probably did really well with this spike. But we didn't know that's what was going to happen. I mean, look what they did. They moved almost, way down. What they're playing on, hear me, good people of the Degenerate Gamblers Forex Club. What they're preying on is that you have a stop loss. Brand new member came into the group last night and said, Terry, none of your signals have a stop loss. That is a mind virus at play. There's nothing against you. If you're seeing me say this and you know that was you, I'm not negative on that. It's a mind virus. They are moving the market. Like everyone's like, well, we hit the bottom, it's going up. So they know everybody's buying right here. In fact, the money that they dumped into the market to move it down, they're now allowing everyone else to buy to move it back up. So the big banks and hedge funds aren't in drawdown. And then they constantly do these down spikes on the way up. Down spike on the way up. That's to take the suckers out that are trading the trend. And we don't trade the trend. You'll get suckered and beat up every time. Or they'll reverse the trend on you. Or they just constantly move these wicks and take out all the stops. Right? So there was a lot of movement here. There's a lot of buyers, a lot of sellers. That's why you get a wick down and a wick up. A wick down and a wick up. Because they're just taking you out because they know you're a sucker with a stop loss. But if you trade like we trade, mathematical algorithm probability, you don't need a stop loss. Because guess what? The price pushes up and comes back. It pushes up and comes back. It pushes up and comes back. And on the comeback, we either profit on the push up, because that's the direction of trade we were in, or we profit on the pull back. I said push back, but nonetheless, it pushes up, pulls back, pushes up, pulls back. So either way, that's why my system works. It is the only thing I've ever seen work. Someone had said the other day, why don't we let the price get to our take profit line and then trail it from there? Because I could give you a million different scenarios. Look what happens. Price gets to this line right here. Let's say that was our take profit. It pushes above it, pulls back. So you're only getting that take profit anyway. Even here, the price moved away from the line. It's probably going to come back and touch it. So if you're trying to follow this trend, you don't know to get out up here. Your emotions are going to say, it's going to keep going. I'm going to get rich. And then it's going to come back and it's going to hit. If you locked in your profit at this blue line right here, it's going to come back and hit it anyway. So why not just take the profit and move on to another trade? Trying to trail the price, and I've done it. You can trail it on previous candle height. You can trail it based off of the ATR, or average true range. You can trail it off of tick pricing. It always comes back and takes you out. So I'm like, I don't care how many times I tried to trail the price. It comes back and hits whatever profit I locked in. So I was like, okay, why not just build a system that takes on average 10 pips, gets in, gets out. We trade on volume. We mathematically trade against this wave of pricing, and we always win. The key with my system, and everybody wants to do this because they know the old system of 5 to 1 ratio, 2 to 1 ratio, only risk 1% bullshit. Set a stop, take a loss. Set a stop, take a loss. Set a stop, take a loss. Because they're going for big profits. They might have 10 losses in a row and then one big profit. So overall, it's break even. Along the way, we were taking 10 pips, 10 pips, 10 pips, 10 pips, 10 pips. Right? Even if it moves against us, we're still just going for 10 pips, which is an overall profit in the basket of trades based off of how we bid. So, back to the accounts. The price on everything, I'm just going to say, is just not there. However, what I wanted to do, I'm going to come back here. I'm going to go to the pause screen. I'm going to show you, we're going to jump to the full auto account. So give me a second here. And the full auto account lets you know what's actually going on in the system. So I will show you this now. This is the full auto system. These are the trades that are going on. Full auto, all the trades at minimum lot size is at a $24 drawdown right now. That's very low volume. And this is the full auto trader. So we can see we're in about 1.5 dozen trades. And if we go to the closeout for the day, $12.65. Extremely low. But let's look at the week. So $286.49. The volume's just not here right now. It's just not here right now. So I can tell that by looking at this. Like, these are the trades that closed last night. Every trade closed in profit. And this is the kind of stuff that suckers people in. This suckers people in. They're like, wow, look at, like, if you're using the auto trader, like, look at every one of these trades are winning. I'm going to jack my bid up. And then what they do, they increase the volume slowly over 2 or 3 days. And you're like, oh shit, I'm in drawdown. Terry, what should I do with this trade? What should I do with this trade? Well, you shouldn't have jacked your bid up. You have in your mind a median conservative bid. Come on in. Sucker you in. Come on in. Take some more trades. Come on. I know, very favorable market conditions. I know. Come on. And then they move it all against you. So you just have to be aware. One of the safety protections I have is this new feed called the hybrid, 10 pip hybrid, which we're looking at and we will look at. But also another protection is my one profitable trade feed. It takes one currency pair and trades it to fruition. Takes the next one that's available and trades it to fruition, trades it to profit. People don't like it because over the 12-month period it's extremely profitable, but they're not getting their drug addicted hit. They're just not. Let me move something around here so I can see the comments. Yeah. Comment says, take a stop, you lose. Stop loss, LOL. So, and then Mark says, phenomenal. Yeah, pretty crazy stuff. So back to the pause. That's probably the best stuff to look at right now. Let me go through some of the accounts. And we looked at the free signal. We got a free signal going. Okay. On the premium signals, I told the system at the beginning of the week, like I said, to only take the second trade in a sequence of trades. There have been none. I just put it back this morning to take the first trade. And as the volume increases, I'll tell it to take the second trade, maybe the third trade. I can control the volume on my end in terms of what you're getting, but I know people are sitting here looking at the screen going, I need my fix. They're slapping their arm. I need my fix, right? Yeah, just relax. We're there. So I looked at the premium. Let's go look at the 10 pip hybrid feed, and I'm letting everybody track this and keep an eye on it. I will share it on the screen in a second here. I don't know where we're at with it. Yeah, let's take a look. So we're trading group 3. If you're in the Discord group, fxwithterry.com, come on over and join. If you're watching this on YouTube, we're trading group 3 again, and there's no coincidence there. Group 3 just has the pairs that are of just enter a trade right in front of me. Yes, it did. Did you see that? Did you see? I didn't analyze any charts. I didn't draw any lines. I didn't even click any buttons. That happened right this minute. 25 minutes and 1 second past the hour. That's pretty cool, huh? So we saw a trade happen. Go back, go rewind, and you can see the Euro Chief trade come in. But if we look at the history, this is looking pretty good. It closed 2 trades. And Euro Chief and NZD USD are not the only pairs in group 3. There's like 2 other pairs. But these are moving right now, and we closed $10.48 worth. This is a sample $10,000 account taking this feed. I would not be unhappy with that because guess what? We're getting a little bit of profit in an extremely low volatile market right now. And if and when things do go volatile, you're going to go, how do I get the 10 pip hybrid? Because you're going to see all kinds of other accounts in the red and using a lot of your balance to trade. And you're going to look at this 10 pip hybrid feed and you're going to go, I want that now, because it's stable. At this point, if I go back to history, and for the week, just got a message that I need to look at. Stand by. All right, it's not coming through yet. So I'm working with a programmer this morning on something, and I'll tell you what that is. So in the last couple, we started this on Sunday, so we made $36.30 so far this week on a 10,000 sample account trading this. Of course it's going to be low. You can't sit there and in 3 days in go, it's only making $36 in 3 days. I need to be making $50 a day. You'll get there when the volume comes out. You'll probably get those averages, get your averages up in a week of volatility. So patience, my friends. this whole get rich overnight thing and this whole dopamine trading movement volatility addiction that you got is crazy. I don't know if Doug's watching. He said something to me this morning like, my demo wasn't working, so I jumped right into a live account. And I'm like, what? Why are you doing that? And he just typed the word degenerate. I got a good kick out of that because I always, I call myself and maybe you guys degenerate gamblers. If you're not willing to, just let the market play out and not overtrade, not overbid. So that's cool. We looked at that. Let's go back to the pause. There's not a lot of going on. Let me see some of the other accounts. Let's go ahead and we had some gold trades this morning, and they pretty much are at break even. Tiny little bit of loss, but I have to tell you, there's just no volume. We went into it. It spiked. The first trade we lost. The second trade took some profits. So we're at a slight loss on the gold. Had a US 30 trade come through that I didn't like, so I didn't send it. I haven't really looked at the results. I think it entered and went sideways. So choose to stay out is better than just forcing yourself to be in. Let's go ahead and look at this one. The next one is a $3,000 to the $100,000 demo account. I'll share it with you in a second here. I don't really know what it's doing. Oh, okay. So, in fact, I'm going to make a switch here, which I needed to do. So we're in no trades. Remember, I was overbidding on this. So if you look at the history, I was doing that AUD USD at a really high bid. I'm going to fix that right now while we're sitting here talking about it. I'm going to log into my copy account, and then maybe I can show you this. But give me a second. I'll log in and basically get to the right screen, and then I'll show you what I'm doing. So what I'm doing is we use Social Trader tools. I'm going to go to my trade copier for that account, and that is my 3K. Here it is. Give me a second, then I'll show you the settings here. Disable symbols. Okay, I'll share this with you. So I am in, so we're looking at this account here, and I was overbidding at 0.15 and, made 30 bucks last night. In this slow market, yeah, pure luck. But if I go to the browser here, I'll show you that you'll notice I only have AUD USD active, one symbol enabled. I'm going to go ahead and deactivate that and update. And then I'm going to leave this screen here. So I don't want to get any more trades right now on that account until I adjust my risk settings, which is my bid. So I was bidding a multiplier of 15. I do not want to do that on a $1,800 account. So I'm just going to do a multiplier of 3. That's still way higher than you would ever really want to bid on an account like that. But I'm going to do that so we can get back some of the losses that I forced on that account, so I could show you. So I'm going to hit update. So that's where we're at. So it'll take, if it takes a 10-cent bid from the main, it will send a 30-cent bid to the account here. And I haven't activated any pairs yet. I'll do that. I'm going to leave this screen open and then come back. So just kind of showing you what I did there. So let's go to here. So we'll grow that back, right? And I'm going to grow it back in a responsible, respectful manner. And I may, for example, in terms of the feed or the trades that I send this account, which is, trading 3,000 to 100,000, and then I overbid and force some losses so we could show some management. I'm probably going to put the hybrid feed on this once I activate it and grow it steadily and slowly, instead of just, what's the other option? Turn the full feed on and trade X number of pairs. I'm saying trade the next one available in this group of trades. And that group that I created, 6 different groups, they do not have currency pair crosses. One of them does. It's not a currency pair cross per se. It's a currency pair double. So it's NZD, JPY, NZD, USD in the same group. So that's not too big of a deal. What I wouldn't want is USD CAD in one group or in one trade, and then GBP USD in another. So I'm buying USD on one and selling USD on the other. Not a good idea to really be doing that, I don't think. So I created the group so that cross does not happen. And then some updates here. Let me look and see if there's any more accounts I want to share. There probably is. Let's see. High profit. Let me look at one and see if I want to share this with you. I think there's some activity in this one. Yeah, it's just no activity. No activity. And there's one more. Let me look at it and then I'll share it with you if I need to. It is this one. Yeah, we'll take a quick look at this. So this is the $1,000 account. Real money. We've been up 27%, 28% as of yesterday. That's 1 month. Just bidding conservatively, taking the auto trades. It's in a GBP USD buy right now, and nothing closed overnight. And then for the week, 141.23. Now that's pretty. That's a lot on a $1,000 original account. That just shows you how much volatility and movement we've been getting. If you look back 7 days, but today, not a lot. So be patient there. Something's going to happen. Something's going to move. I looked at the news, some negative USD stuff all week, but I don't think that's enough to move the entire market. We'll see. So one more. I don't believe that there's any more accounts we're going to look at. Let me give you kind of an update on some different things. So if you are using the high profit feed, I have decided to do some different programming. So I'm going to reprogram that entire thing today. I bought some software, and it's not going to affect you, right? It's only going to get better. But I don't like what's happening. I don't like the speed of operation of the current software I'm using. So it's easy to just go buy another piece of software and program it to the way I know I want it to be. Software only does what you tell it, right? So I could give you the software that I'm going to buy and it wouldn't do anything for you because you don't know what to program it to do. So I'm going to program this new software. I bought it this morning and hit the download button, and it won't download and it won't install. And I went to the developer and he said, yes, that's been a problem from our download site. I'm like, well, damn, here we are. So we'll see what happens on that. He says, keep trying. I'm impatient. I'll probably just go buy another piece of software. So I'm blowing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars to keep this at a level that I want it to. So that update is coming. I did, if a signal comes in, and it may have already came in, let's pause, and I'm going to go over to the premium real quick. So stand by, because we're going to see a premium signal come in. I was really waiting for some volatility, but I know everybody's chomping at the bit. So let me pull this up. Yeah, no trade yet. So doesn't matter. I'll pull this up. No trade in the premium. You'll get something today. Absolutely will come out, and then of course I'll announce it in the group. Doug said it's all fixed. Was able to get it connected. What do you mean you were able to get it connected? You got me on that one. Are you talking about the demo? Let me know. Let me know. We'll dig into that, Doug, when I get off the call here. So, yeah, it's just patience. Just be patient. The trades will come. If you're not getting any, don't worry too much about it. The market's just not in a place to do that. And rarely do we see what's happening. I just don't know. It's not a bad thing. We'll get some volatility. I believe if you look at, I did this. I looked at May of last year on, I think it was USD JPY. May of last year, USD JPY, big move, or a pretty big move. We didn't have that big of a move, but a big move last week that really caused a lot of activity in the group. I mean, hey, maybe that's fun for you guys, right? It's not fun for me. So one of the things I'm going to be doing, as I told you, it's just kind of slowing everything down. Interestingly enough, I slowed everything down on the slowest week we've seen all year. So combine those together, it's going to slow down a little bit for you. Um, Doug says, that's it. I'm not a degenerate. I'm just impatient. Yeah, I get it. Um, Doug says, I got the demo attached. Okay, we'll dig into that because I'm building a new high profit feed system on a separate demo account that you guys aren't going to see. Once I get it perfected, might take me a day or two. I'm going to plug it into our current high profit feed system, and I think it's just going to be better from a programming standpoint. It's just a little bit faster. It does things a little bit better than what I have now. The programming I have in the high profit auto feed right now works about once every other trade, and it's the developer, it's the system. They are growing extremely fast. They're trying to, all these developers right now are going through a process of creating copiers that copy to DX Trade, to Trade Locker, to C Trader, because all of these prop firms and a lot of brokers have moved. Like Hugo's Way that I loved forever. They moved to that Trade Locker, and I don't believe there's any Trade Locker copiers out there, but when there are, we can implement it. Right now, the big implementation this week is the DX Trade implementation. Just waiting for some account details to come out, so on and so forth. We'll see how it works. I don't even know if it's. I'm even if that's available today, I'm still reprogramming the high profit feed. No, again, I know you hear me saying that. It does not affect you. You won't. It will be seamless. You won't know, but that is something I'm doing. So I'm going to stop there and get back into the group. I'm here to help. I'm here to support you. I'm here all day reprogramming stuff, so I'm in front of the computer. So hit me up if you need something. That's it. I will see you tomorrow, Thursday, March 14th, and we'll dig back into it. Let's pray to the volatility gods that we get a bunch of activity and your dopamine addiction is satisfied for the day. I'll see you tomorrow.